Hello. I thought maybe someone would be interested in seeing my new, to me, Springfield 1903 Mark I. Those of you who are Mark I aficionados or Springfield gurus know that the Mark I refers to the cutout and the modification to the stock right there, and also some internal modifications to the trigger for the Pedersen device, which was a very cool, very forward-thinking device and developed by Pedersen, the guy who later came out with the Pedersen 276 rifle, I believe, that they were considering for use instead of the Garand or whatever in the military trials. Anyway, this is basically it's a 1903. As you can see, it has the rear leaf sight system and the finger groove stock, and this one has the sight protector and the straight stock. This is the original stock, I believe. The serial number matches the stamp. It might have been done later, I suppose, but I like to think it's the original one. And it's been rebarreled in I don't know if you can see that. I can't get this thing to focus that close without manually setting it. It says HS-1044 with the bomb insignia. So let me know what that means. It's probably the arsenal where it came from, I guess. And it was rebarreled in '44. So I like to think that this saw a lot of use and needed to be rebarreled. But you never know. Anyway, I think it's rather striking lines, very beautiful lines. The wood's in pretty good shape in my opinion, and it feels heavier than my 03A3. I think probably because of the sight system. I didn't know that they would be heavier, but this is my first Springfield that isn't an A3 or a sporterized one. But that's just a quick look at it. The sliding ramp for the sight, it also flips up for really long range stuff. That slides up to 2,700 yards, which is rather optimistic to be accurate at that range, but at the time they were just using these basically to lob bullets across large distances, if they actually did that. But the Pedersen device, as I was saying, was a really forward-thinking kind of assault rifle idea. As far as I understand it, they were planning an assault in 1919, and they were worried about crossing no man's land between the trenches, and they were worried that they couldn't fire repeated shots from the hip when running across the no man's land and trying not to get blown up or gassed. So Pedersen came up with this cool idea that replaced the bolt. You basically remove the bolt and you would plug in this device which took the place of the bolt and was basically a semi-automatic pistol without a grip or trigger, and it would come in. The magazine would be angled up to the sort of like the bolt handle is right now, but it would be angled up to the right, have a 40-round stick magazine for special 7.62 ammunition that would be fired semi-automatically and ejected through this port out the side, so you could fire 40 shots without reloading. And in military trials he did some pretty impressive firepower, and they ordered a bunch of them, but they built them kind of too late in the war, and the military destroyed them all in the late 20s or early 30s. They just burned them all because they didn't want to store them. So if you have one, I'll buy it from you for $50, and I'll even pay shipping. So thought you might be interested in taking a look at that. I'll do a field strip of it later, take it out shooting, but this is just how it looks when I got it. And thanks for watching. Rock on.